Whenever I would exchange my travel stories with my viewers, I would definitely mention my love affair with Red River Gorge Trail towards Gray's Arch, one of America's best day hikes. And while Googling and delving into researching interesting new places to visit across the country, I picked up Derek Dellinger's book, America's Best Day Hikes. And lo and behold, the trail to Gray's Arch was one of the first hikes mentioned in the book, commonly known as the Natural Arch. Gray's Arch, or the Natural Arch in the Daniel Boone Forest, is not just a hike, it's an experience. Located in the Daniel Boone National Forest, this stunning sandstone formation is the largest arch in the Red River Gorge. Its sheer size and grandeur make it a must-see for all hikers and explorers alike. What makes this hike so special? Up close, the Gray's Arch is a masterpiece of nature, towering, massive, and awe-inspiring. This iconic Gray's Arch in Kentucky is enormous, so tall and wide that it doesn't even fit into the full frame of my camera lens. Visiting the first arch now. Creelsboro Arch, also known as the Rock House, is a historic archway to the Cumberland River and an Indian burial ground on the top. And we decided to take this rugged trail down to the huge arch. Welcome to Creelsboro Natural Bridge, calling all nature enthusiasts. While you're out enjoying the serene waters of Lake Cumberland or unwinding in one of the cozy cabins or campsites at Lake Cumberland State Resort Park, make sure to venture out to some of the breathtaking attractions nearby. One must-see destination is the Creelsboro Natural Bridge, affectionately known as the Rock House Natural Bridge. This ancient marvel, nestled near Lake Cumberland, boasts a 300 million year old limestone arch standing over 60 feet tall and stretching more than 120 feet wide. It ranks as the largest natural bridge east of the Rockies and among the top 70 in the entire United States. Historically, it provided shelter to Native Americans and early settlers, with a sacred Native American burial ground resting atop its arch. Today the weather is pretty brilliant, no rains, and the temperature is so comfortable. Cumberland Lake is one of the iconic lakes of Kentucky, and we are very close to the Cumberland Lake area. So right now we are on our way to Cumberland Lake, and the temperature is so pleasant today. It's around 14 degrees Celsius. So after the Cumberland Lake site, next in the itinerary was the Creelsboro Arch. The Creelsboro Natural Bridge owes its formation to the relentless erosion of Jim Creek, a tributary of the Cumberland River, which carved its distinctive shape over millennia. Though situated on private land, this natural wonder is open to visitors and hikers, inviting one to embark on a rugged trail leading to its awe-inspiring presence. While accessibility is limited and the terrain challenging, the reward is an unforgettable encounter with nature's grandeur. As you can see, the terrain is extremely challenging and the trail was a daunting task, so we decided not to go down, and it was only my son who completed the trail. This unbeaten path was really very slippery and is generally considered as a challenging route. I'm sure you can see the truly massive natural stone arch that cuts through a ridgeline and opens up onto the shores of the Cumberland River. Finally, we reached a very pleasant spot with a lovely breeze blowing. The Cumberland River, along with beautiful Lake Cumberland, which is a premier water trail in Russell County and continuing through Kentucky. There are several boat ramps as well as lovely cabins and campgrounds along the way. The Cumberland River below Wolf Creek Dam is famous for fishing as well as canoeing and kayaking. So when in Lake Cumberland State Resort Park, what must you do? You must take a hike on one of the finest trails to enjoy the beauty of the park, the abundant wildlife and the scenic views. Then experience the relaxing views of Lake Cumberland from the lodge, the overlook or from your own balcony. Or view the sunrise or sunsets from the lodge room, cottage or campsite. Then explore the Wolf Creek National Fish Hatchery Visitor and Environmental Educational Center. Finally, you can enjoy a meal in the top-notch Rowena Landing restaurant. Experiencing some Kentucky rains on the way. So on our way to David Boone National Park, we also crossed the Mammoth Cave National Park and the Lost River Cave. So kindly watch my previous vlogs of Mammoth National Park and Lost River Cave and enjoy my adventurous cavern trail. So right now I'm at the Daniel Boone National Forest, and the main attraction here is the spectacular sandstone arch that spans nearly 100 feet. So we're going to explore the area here via trail and watch the spectacular arch. The area, the scenic route provides the visitors with a panoramic view of the spectacular arch. Picnic sites and hiking trails over here provide year-round enjoyment. The Natural Arch Loop Trail begins at the parking area of Natural Arch Scenic Area and runs along a paved pathway to the base of the arch. The trail passes two scenic overlooks. At the arch, you may climb the steps to the arch and continue along a dirt pathway that loops around the northwest end of the arch. So, we started to explore this 3-mile loop trail near Parker's Lake, Kentucky. Generally considered an easy route, it takes an average of an hour to complete. This is a popular trail for hiking and walking, but you can still enjoy some solitude during quieter times of day. The trail is open year round and is beautiful to visit anytime. Even dogs are welcome, but must be on a leash. Well, this is an interesting trail with lots of cool rock formations along the way. However, it's not that fairly easy, so you must expect some sections with stairs and steep grades. There is an unsanctioned small shortcut down a steep hill to get to the arch, but this off-trail route causes erosion and isn't recommended. The welcoming view of the archer's bowl features trickling water and awesome overhangs. The sudden appearance of the mushrooms, one of the most impressive spectacle of the plant world. Now this natural arch trail, hashtag 510, begins on the north end of the picnic area and runs along a paved pathway to the base of natural arch, passing two scenic overlooks along the way. At the arch, you may climb the steps to the arch itself or continue along a dirt pathway that loops around the northwest end of the arch, and we decided to take that route. Now the panoramic view trail, hashtag 528, begins at the Great Gulf Overlook parking lot and traverses an old roadway out the ridgeline to the northeast, terminating at a scenic overlook. A second scenic overlook can be seen about halfway out off to the right of this trail. Trails within the natural arch scenic area are designed for hiking and day use only. And as you can see, the venturesome daredevils are on their track and are on the mission of completing it. But at times it was difficult and slippery. It was one of the most adventurous yet mesmerizing hike that we have undertaken deep within the Daniel Boone National Forest. And the Natural Arch scenic area boasts everything needed for a full day of outdoor adventure. Named after the solitary arch standing guard over nearly 1,000 acres of protected forest, Natural Arch is one of Kentucky's largest natural landmarks. Spanning 100 feet across and rising nearly 50 feet above the forest floor, this arch is impressive no matter which direction it's viewed from. Often overlooked for its more notable neighbors, Cumberland Falls State Park to the north and the Big South Fork NRRA to the south, this small scenic area has begun to grow in popularity in recent years. Maneuvering down the first set of stairs was slow going as it was completely shaded from the sun's warming rays, making it completely frozen over. Once we made it down the slippery staircases, the second set of steps just past a short corridor was in much better shape and easy to navigate. Continuing straight past the 5-mile Buffalo Canyon Loop trailhead, we could see the massive opening to Natural Arch coming into view through the trees.
Finally, we conquered the loop and we reached at the same point. Well, the hike was truly adventurous, at times slippery, dangerous, but very mystifying, and we saw a lot of rock formations of this arch on the way. I've been hiking a lot this week and have a lot to share with you all.
The enormity of this arch rising 50 feet high right before us was absolutely striking. With a long staircase winding its way uphill towards the opening, it resembled an entry into an ancient temple. We've seen dozens of arches like this in every shapes and sizes, yet we couldn't help but get pumped full of excitement the moment we saw this new one. So here we were devouring the very essence of outdoor adventure. And from these experiences, stories are weaved. Our next destination, the Cumberland Falls. Known as the Niagara of the South, the 125-foot curtain of water falling into a boulder-strewn gorge is dramatic day or night. But it is only during a full moon that you can see the moonbow, a phenomenon not found anywhere else in the Western Hemisphere. So what do when you reach the Cumberland Falls State Resort Park? Well, I can suggest a few things. You can view the epic Cumberland Falls. You can tour the 937 Pinnacle Knob Fire Tower with one of the naturalists. You can hike Eagle Falls Trail. You can gem mine for fossils in season. And you can go horseback riding through the forest. And above all, you can go birding. Some of the most memorable birding experiences are hearing the call and catching a glimpse of the pileated woodpecker or the flute-like call of the wood thrush. Many species of wood warblers pass through the Cumberland Falls area on their way from South America to the northern states and Canada. Several species of birds can be viewed from the Riverview restaurants and back patio of the DuPont Lodge. As I have mentioned earlier, Cumberland Falls is one of the few places in the world that regularly produces a moonbow. The moonbow, also called the white rainbow or lunar rainbow, is formed just like a rainbow. Light is refracted in tiny water droplets and appears for the 2 or so days as long as the sky is clear on either end of the full moon. Unfortunately, we couldn't view the moonbow as it can be seen only during the night.
I've had lots of surprises during this trip, and right now I'm at the Cumberland Falls, which has its moniker as the Niagara of the South. Of course, I cannot compare it to Niagara, but yes, it's something of an astounding phenomenon.
The scenic waterfalls of Kentucky are as majestic as it gets, and Cumberland Falls is the grandest of them all. Measuring approximately 68 feet tall and 125 feet wide, this impressive waterfall has earned its moniker of the Niagara of the South. The 3,600 cubic feet of water that spills over the sandstone edge every second creates a formidable roar and a breathtaking sight day or night. For a truly unforgettable experience, visit during a full moon to try to catch a glimpse of the moonbow, this extremely rare phenomenon formed by the mist in the air from the falls, and is one of the only two naturally occurring moonbows in the world. Most of these falls are located within Cumberland Falls State Resort Park, which is home to the historic DuPont Lodge, featuring solid hemlock beams, knotty pine paneling, and massive stone fireplaces. Choose from guest rooms, cabins, or cottages, all offering beautiful views and a full range of amenities for a complete vacation. Since we are visiting Cumberland Falls, or rather Kentucky and Tennessee, during winter, that is December, I can say that winter time can be a bit of a crapshoot visiting Cumberland Falls in terms of the number of overlooks that are open. On this day, 2 of the 4 were open for business, and that was good enough to enjoy the cold winter scenes Mother Nature provided. Some of our dream holiday moments. Since we had some time to kill, we visited the souvenir shop and purchased a few knickknacks. On our way back to Monticello in the evening, we witnessed the most glorious sunset. I simply love the way the sunset is decorating the sky. Kentucky sunsets are sometimes orange, yellow, and gray, and at other times it's pink and purple. This was a mesmerizing divine. A sunset paints the sky as if there were no tomorrow. Now, this Kentucky sunset was like the bursts of gold on lavender melting into saffron. It's a time of day when the sky looks like it has been spray painted by a graffiti artist. So this hike, the Buffalo Canyon Loop with natural arch and chimney arch, has all the best things that Kentucky hiking has to offer. A big view, natural sandstone arches, waterfalls, and playful streams. On a sunny winter day, this hike was one of the longest and the best of the bunch, and wow, did this trail have a variety of mushrooms. This natural arch is the largest arch in the Big South Fork region, residing just north of the National River Recreation Area. It's an impressive arch to be sure, and the winter walk was the definition of a solitary and a very satisfying experience. As a nomad traveler, all I can say is that no matter how stressful the day or week has been, a few steps into the woods and all that tension melts away. There's something transformative about Kentucky's wild landscapes, dense forests, towering sandstone cliffs, and roaring rivers that invites us to reconnect with the world around us. It's as if these very trails, shaped over centuries, are calling us to step back into the spirit of exploration. So get ready to discover the best hikes in Kentucky. Indeed, Kentucky, the bluegrass state. Less than 250 years ago, Kentucky was the western frontier. It's wild to imagine, isn't it? While the cowboy towns of Hollywood might not quite match the rolling green hills of the bluegrass state, this land was once untamed and uncharted, a true explorer's paradise. The forests were thick, the sandstone cliffs nearly vertical, and rivers like the Cumberland River and Ohio River surged through the heart of it all. Daniel Boone, the explorer, the ultimate explorer, I should say, forged paths through this very terrain alongside pioneers and adventurers seeking what lay beyond. Today, those same trails, once little more than rough animal tracks, are now some of the best hiking trails in Kentucky. Whether you are looking to recharge with a short hike after work, spend a day hiking with the family, or tackle a challenging trail for a weekend of backpacking, Kentucky has a trail for every adventurer. The list of hikes and trails in Kentucky offers something for everyone, from family-friendly day hikes to challenging climbs through dense forest and up steep hills to breathtaking summits. So if you're ready to explore the natural beauty of Kentucky and reconnect with the great outdoors, then summertime or wintertime, anytime is the perfect starting point. So lace up those boots, hit the trail, and rediscover the spirit of adventure one step at a time. So we are now in Watertown, Tennessee, located 40 miles east of Nashville. Watertown is in the middle of Tennessee, and Middle Tennessee is known for its rich history, unique cedar groves, and of course, Nashville, the music city. The movie, the 2021 western Old Henry, was shot in Watertown. The town's quintessential small-town America vibe has also been depicted in music videos by famous artists from Garth Brooks and Tim McGraw to Justin Bieber and Taylor Swift. And this is the charming, pretty Airbnb in Watertown where we checked in for the next couple of days. We really enjoyed our stay in this beautiful, cozy Airbnb hosted in a friendly, modern home. It was a kind of art deco Airbnb with some beautiful pieces of historic furniture, comfortable kitchen and restrooms, living room, workspace, etc. and this cozy nook really had an aesthetic appeal. So now we are entering Nashville, Tennessee, the vibrant city brimming with life and entertainment, known for its music, cuisine, nightlife, and culture. It's located on the Cumberland River, and the city has something for everyone. And if you go back to my previous vlogs, you will definitely notice that we began our dream holiday, or rather this trip, with the destination Nashville. So we landed at Nashville, and then we moved towards Monticello, Kentucky, and then continued with our trips. The Tennessee city names mostly end with villes like Knoxville, Nashville, Asheville, Sevierville, and so many villes. The trip was really adventurous, and blessed are the curious, for they shall have adventures. Today is 31st of December, and we have headed to the Tennessee capital Nashville for a celebration, and there is a high chance that these are memories that we'll want to hold on to long after the last whiskey drop is severed. So now I welcome you to Hattie B's Hot Chicken Nashville, and this place is where your taste buds go to either party or perish. Their hot chicken ranges from southern gentle to what did I do to deserve this? So to be on the safe side, we chose the medium. It's a family-owned restaurant, Hattie B's Hot Chicken, serving Nashville hot chicken, southern sides and desserts in Nashville. Indeed, the perfect way to welcome 2025. So time to take the stories home, and all good things must come to an end. So the dream holiday and a journey well traveled, the memories which will last a lifetime, is coming to an end. And our heartfelt thanks and tremendous hugs to Donnie and Shimui, my son and daughter-in-law, for arranging this beautiful trip. However, the end of a journey is not a period, but a comma, and the journey will continue. So we have reached Boston from Nashville, and from Boston we are flying to JFK, New York. So we are going back home to New Jersey, Rahway, And it is good to have an end to journey toward, but it is the journey that matters in the end. The very basic core of a man's living spirit is his passion for adventure. Then one day when you least expect it, the great adventure finds you.